Today we're going to take a look at the Dexter 86.5-inch long EZ Lube 5,200-pound trailer axle with electric brakes and the 6 on 5.5-inch bolt pattern. Now this axle beam will act as part of your trailer suspension system. It'll replace an axle on your trailer, or you can fabricate a suspension to fit your application. This is a high-strength steel construction, and this axle is an underslung design. And by that I mean these spring seats here, one on this end and one on that end, they're welded to the underside of the axle, and it's for mounting your leaf springs to that. And the reason they do that is it gives you a nice low ride height, makes it easier to load and unload your trailer. The spring seats and the spindles are all welded on. Now you might notice in the center of the axle here, it has a bend to it. This is what will ensure the proper camber angle. Basically, when you install this axle, that bend should face up, and the label right here should face the rear of the trailer. Now if that label's missing, you can go by these wires that come out. They should face the rear of the trailer also. So basically having this center ride a bit higher and then the sides of the axle bent lower allows that axle to give just enough to compensate for the load that's put on the trailer. This bend will create a nice zero camber angle for even road to tread contact across the width of your trailer tires, and it'll ensure that the angle of the wheels is correct for your towing needs. So the result will give you excellent straight line acceleration for steady inline tracking. The spindles on these, they use a straight EZ Lube spindle. There's no drop to it. The EZ Lube spindles have the built-in grease zerk fittings on the end. Allows you to put a grease gun on it and give you simple lubrication of your bearings without having to completely disassemble the hub to grease your bearings. The electric brakes are included. They're very easy to install. We've put them on there just to show you how they look when it's all installed. Requires no actuator or hydraulic lines with electric brakes. All you'll have is these two wires here, and those will just connect to a brake feed into a ground. The adjuster plugs, mounting bolts, all the hardware is all included. The hubs are a cast iron hub. The drums are very sturdy and durable. The drum size is a 12-inch diameter, 2-inch wide drum. Now this part will include everything you need: the inner and outer bearings, the bearing races, the grease seals, the grease caps, and they do give you the EZ Lube cap, which when it's installed has a rubber plug that allows you to pop out and access that zerk fitting. The wheel studs, the lug nuts, and they even give you a tube of marine grade wheel bearing grease to grease your bearings. This part is made in the USA. The specs again, the weight capacity is 5,200 pounds. Now there are two critical measurements on an axle. First one is hub face to hub face length, and that'll be measured from the hub face right here where your wheel studs are to the hub face on the other side, and that length on this one is going to be 86.5 inches. The other measurement is the spring center to spring center length, and that's measured from the center of these spring seats right here, one on this side, one on there. If you measure center to center, it'd be 71.5 inches, which would also be the trailer width. The axle tubing outer diameter on this is 3 inches. We mentioned the bolt pattern, 6 on 5.5 inches. The wheel studs are 1/2 inch, and this will use a wheel size of 14.5 inch up to 16-inch wheels. But that should do it for the review on the Dexter 86.5-inch long EZ Lube 5,200-pound trailer axle with the electric brakes and the 6 on 5.5 inch bolt pattern.